What's good, YouTube? Julian here, and this week's Market Outlook is coming right from Singapore. I'm here over for the weekend because I'm having a physical bootcamp for my Genesis Premium Forex students. So yeah, you can see the background looks kind of different because I'm actually recording this from my hotel. Now, I don't have all my usual studio equipment with me, and honestly, I could have just used that as an excuse not to record for this week. But you know me, I still wanted to show up, wanted to bring you guys next week's market outlook. So I hope that you guys appreciate it. And as always, I'll be breaking down what I see happening on gold, Bitcoin, the macroeconomy, and the US stock market. Plus, we will be looking at some of the Mag7 stocks and also a few companies that you guys have requested. So grab your notebooks or TradingView, whichever you use to mark out your key levels, and let's get right into it.
Now, if you like videos like this, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Help me out by clicking subscribe and also commenting more so that I can produce more videos like this for you guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Without further ado, let's get back into the video.
I just want to start out by looking at the US dollar index. And as you can see, US dollar has been really pushing up and flying recently. You can see right here, it actually bottomed out over in July and also one time in September. This recent bottom out was actually due to the FOMC news, which was pretty hawkish for US dollar, which is the reason why US dollar started to push higher and higher. And this is actually a very good sign for the US economy because if you look at it, US dollar has been declining since all the way back in January. And it wasn't until this breakout of the trend line that US dollar started to rise before eventually coming back down and pushing back up again recently, as I mentioned just now. Now, this has an effect on gold as well, which is the reason why I want to cover this first. Looking at gold, I still see that gold is pretty much bullish, even though last week there was actually quite a pullback. Now, if you look at the 4-hour, you can see this was what I actually meant. On Wednesday, it actually took a tumble right down before pushing up on Friday. Unfortunately, it was not able to break past this high right here, all-time high. Therefore, it actually continued its movement down. Now, for gold, I'm actually looking at this area right here, which is going to be very, very important because if this area right here breaks, this support right here breaks, I foresee that it will actually have a potential to go downwards. Now, if it goes down, where's the next area that I'm looking for as a key level? It will be right around this area right here, which is a resistance breakout. This will become a support for those of you who are looking to enter any longs. However, if it comes down and rejects, it needs to break past this resistance right here before it's able to continue its way up higher. And I wanted to bring your attention over here to last week's GDP growth as well. So the growth of the US economy has been proven, right, to surprise many people as well. You can see here the results that was released was 3.8%, right, as opposed to the forecast, which is 3.3%, which that's the reason why it actually pushed up. And also unemployment claims giving very, very good numbers as well. So moving on to this week's, we actually have JOLTS job opening on Tuesday at 10 p.m. ADP and also manufacturing PMI on Wednesday, 1st of October, unemployment claims on 2nd of October, and also NFP on Friday, 3rd of October as well. So major news coming out, and you can be sure that gold is going to be very, very volatile. With that, let's move on to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has been struggling to break past this level of 1180, which is what I was referring to in my previous video. And since it wasn't able to do that, you can see it tumble all the way down. Right now, again, it's back at this support at around 109, 108 level. And this is going to be extremely crucial that this level is respected. Because if it does not respect this level, I can actually foresee that Bitcoin does have room to break downwards even more. However, if this level gets respected, then we can foresee that Bitcoin does have the opportunity to rise back up to this level of 116. So this is for those of you who are looking to get into more Bitcoin. Probably this would be a level that you want to actually take note of. So next, let's look at SPY. So you can see right here that SPY did have a slight pullback last week as well, although it ended up Friday with a bounce of this resistance over here. And if it does continue its way up, again, my target is still 673, which is actually pretty close to actually hitting 673. And so I do hope that this will be able to happen really, really soon as well. Looking at the market right now, it seems it's still pretty bullish, and I foresee that it still has a lot of room to grow. Now, next, let's look at Apple, which continues to surprise even me. You can see that Apple has been pushing up higher, creating higher highs and higher lows, breaking through this resistance right here to head to the next level of resistance. And Apple has been hovering around this area for quite some time, for the past 4 days. And we need to see if this level here gets respected. If it does, we can actually see that Apple has potential to go down to this next level right here. But if it doesn't, and if it continues pushing higher, we can see Apple breaking through all-time highs. Next, let's look at Google. And Google did have quite a tumble last week as well, although it ended up with the week pushing slightly higher. Right now, it has actually respected this support right here. So I do see a potential of Google heading further up. It needs to break this level at 255, which is currently, or 256, which is currently the all-time high, for it to continue higher, failure of which it will just play within this level of support and resistance. Again, my target is for Google to head up to 294, which is actually quite some distance. So let's see if Google is able to continue its movement up. Microsoft has also been playing within this level of support and resistance. So we just need to see if Microsoft is able to respect this support, which currently it is just going sideways as of now. Next, let's look at Tesla. Tesla continues to push higher and higher. Currently, right now, it's playing within this area right here, and it's almost very close to the resistance. So if Tesla is able to push up to hit to this resistance and breaks it, we can hope that Tesla actually goes to newer highs. Amazon hasn't been performing very well, and I think it's likely due to the lawsuit that has been affected it so far. This lawsuit is about the deceptive Prime membership practices, and they needed to refund customers $1.5 billion. So this did give Amazon quite a tumble over the week, but currently it's at this support level, and I want to see that Amazon respects this support level for it to continue going upwards. Failure to do so, you may actually hit downwards. Nvidia, another one who is moving sideways, literally, playing just between this level of support and resistance. And as usual, we always see this being happening when the market is unsure of what to do. And if Nvidia wants to push higher, it has to still break through this level of resistance right here, which it has tested multiple times, as you can see right here. Once it's able to break past these levels, then only it will have the opportunity to go higher. Meta, also another company that has been sideways for the past few months, literally going up and down between this level of support and resistance. Again, we want to see it respect this level of support before it goes up. And if it doesn't respect the support, it may have the possibility of going down. So let's look at the next stock, which is Intel, which is requested by Albert Ho. And as usual, for those of you who want me to analyze some of the stocks that you actually are looking at, just comment the name of the stock so I'm able to go through them with you. So taking a look at Intel, you can see that Intel has been showing pretty good results due to an investment talk with Apple and having an upgrade of rating. You can see because of that, it actually rose about 6.3%. Intel has also been in talks with the US government to buy about 10% stake for $8.9 billion, aimed at boosting domestic chip production. And also it's been in talks with Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, for potential partnership. And this is one of the reasons why Intel has been pushing up really, really strong. If I look at it from a technical perspective, you can see that this area right here is the resistance that is trying to break through. And for Intel to really want to go up, this area right here at $36, it has to break through before it is able to go up to the next area of resistance, which is $44. And if Intel continues on this trajectory, we can actually see that Intel has an opportunity to break through. Right now, because of this major push, it has already broken through the trend line right here. And I foresee that because of this breakout, Intel does have a lot of room to push up even stronger. Last but not least, let's look at NIO. Now, NIO is actually in a very funny position. You can see right here that it was actually playing for the longest time at around $3-ish. Literally, this was the last support, I would say, right? The lowest price that it has ever been. And recently, it has been showing decent results. It has been pushing up or breaking up. If you actually look at it from a bigger time frame perspective, you can actually see that this was a trend line going down, and it was actually breaking out from this trend line, which is again the good news for those of you who may be interested in NIO. Right now, I say that NIO has a lot of roadblocks in order to go up higher. This is the resistance that it needs to break through for it to continue its movement higher. But in order for NIO to go back to its prime days of it being at $60-ish, again, it has a long way to go. Now, personally, I've not been looking at NIO from a fundamental perspective, so I'm just sharing with you guys based on what I think or what I see from the technical perspective. So there you go, guys. Just want to keep this video short and sweet because, again, I'm not at my usual desk. So I hope that this is able to help you with what to expect for the upcoming week. Now, if you want to see how I treat Forex, how I get $1,000 days, then I'll be putting the video somewhere around this. Do click on it and watch it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.